Okay, so today we are going to discuss sketch relation. So in simple terms, sketch relation is used to define a sketch by, constraining them or relating them to other sketch entities. So if it's not clear, I'm just going to show you the most common sketch relations that are being used in SolidWorks. So we're going to create a new part first. Click OK and we'll select front plane. The first relation is a coincident. Now a coincident can be applied between a point and a line or an arc. So let me just show you. So if there's a line and there's another line here, and you want this point to be coincident to this line, all you have to do is click the point and then hold down Control key and then select the line. Holding down Control key will activate multiple selections. So here at the Properties Manager, the coincident relation is in bold because SolidWorks can sense that in this particular scenario we're in a line and a point. When a line and a point is selected, you can add a coincident relation. So if we click it, so this means that this point is now coincident to this line. So if we extend this line here, we can clearly see that if we move or drag this point, it will always be coincident to the line. We can also do that between a line or a point and an arc. So let's just have a circle. So if we click a point and then hold down Control key and select the edge of the circle, there you go, a coincident relation is being suggested. So if you click coincident, now this point will always be coincident to the edge of the circle. Okay. What if you have two lines and you want this to be coincident? If you select both lines, you will notice that there's no coincident because it's not possible for two lines to be coincident, right? So coincident is just between a point and a line, or a point and an arc or a circle. Okay. Next is horizontal or vertical relations. So if you have a line and you want to make this horizontal, just click the line, and of course SolidWorks will give you a suggestion, and the horizontal relation is in bold letters because that's what SolidWorks think that this relation is applicable to these line entities. Okay, click horizontal. And now the line is horizontal. Now if you click this line, you can see the small green box, and there's a horizontal line. That means that this is a horizontal line now. And under existing relations, there's a horizontal relation. Okay, the same with vertical. Now if you have a slant line and you want this to be vertical, just add a vertical relation. So you can see the icon, vertical icon here, also the existing relations. And there's existing relations, there's a vertical relation. So just like that. Or it can also be between two or more points. So for example, if you have two lines like that and you want these 2 points to be vertically aligned, so you can select both and then add a vertical relation. The same with having two horizontal lines and you want this to be you want these two lines to be aligned or collinear. It's just another way of making this line collinear. So just add a horizontal relation. So again, horizontal or vertical relation is between one or more lines or between 2 points. When you say one or more lines, for example, if you have like lots and lots of lines here, like that. I mean, let's delete all of this horizontal relations. What if all of these lines are slanted and you want it all to be horizontal? So you just window select these lines and you can add horizontal relations and all will be horizontal lines. Okay. Next is collinear. You can add a collinear relations between two or more lines. So for example, this one, you want this line to be collinear with this line. So you can click these lines and then under add relations, you can select collinear. As stated in the Solidworks help, you can add collinear between two or more lines. So if you want all of these lines to be collinear, you can select all of them. Then you can add collinear. And all of the lines become collinear now. Okay. Next is perpendicular. Again, it is between two lines. So if you have line and another line, you want this to be perpendicular, just select the two lines and then add a perpendicular line. And a perpendicular line is having 90 degrees angle between each other. Okay, so if we rotate this, know how to rotate this one. Maybe we can, here we go, this the angle. So if we rotate the other line will always follow and always be 90 degrees apart. After perpendicular, the next sketch relation is parallel. So it's also between two lines. So you select two lines and then add a parallel. So parallel line, the definition of it is two lines that will never meet. So no matter how you will move all these lines and drag it around, it will never meet. Next is equal. So it is between two or more lines or two or more arcs. So if you have like two or more lines, let's say 3 lines, and you want all the lengths to be the same, just add an equal relation. So if one of these lines will be one of the length of this line will be changed, all the other lines will follow. Give it a 5-inch length and then we'll change this to maybe 10. See, all the other lines follow. Make it shorter, like 2, and all the other lines will also have 2-inch length. So that's equal for you. Or you can apply this also to an arc or, for example, a circle. Like if you have more than 2 or more arcs, you can also add an equal relation between them. So if you want this to be maybe 3-inch, and you want all of this to become 3-inch also, so you just have to select all of them and just unselect this dimension. So the properties manager will appear and you can add an equal sign, I mean equal relations to them, so all of them will have 3-inch diameter. Okay, that's equal. Then next is tangent. So it's between an arc and a line. So let's say, for example, we'll make an arc. Select the 3-point arc. So we have this, like this, and a line. Tangent means that always be a point, and I don't know what's the definition of tangent. Let's search it first. Tangent. So just a straight line, and it touches the curve at that point, one point only. So if we select the line and the edge of the call this an arc, so a tangent relations is suggested. Click it. Now you can see that this line is now tangent to the edge. No matter what you do, you drag, maybe you can move this, always be tangent. Or you can make this coincident, so it will be obvious. See? So if you click this one, there are always, you can see that there's a tangent relation, and same with the arc. It's always the tangent relation. Okay. Next is midpoint. So it is between two lines, or a point and a line. So for example, if you have a line, you have another line, you want this point to be in the middle of this line, always be in the middle of this line. Well, you can simply drag the point and over the middle, and then you can release, and it will always be midpoint. Okay, but there's an easy way to do that. Just select this one and then select the line, and Solidworks will also detect that a midpoint relation is possible. We click midpoint, and there you go. So no matter if you shorten this line, it will always be this point, point always be in the middle of this line. Even if you, maybe you can rotate this one too. See? Always be in the middle. Next is co-radial. Will also include concentric. So we'll take the two because they are a bit confusing sometimes. So what's the difference between co-radial and concentric? So co-radial meaning there are two arcs and both of them shared the same center point and the same radius. So these two arcs, or these two circles, if we give them a co-radial relations, look what will happen. So the two circles combine, they overlap. So because they share the same center point and the same radius. But if we give them concentric relations, look what will happen. You see that they only share the same center point, but they have different radius. Next is fix. So fix is what do you call this one? A sketch relations, wherein you make a sketch entity fix in its position. So for example, it can be applied in all, I think in all sketch entity. What else? For example, you want this to be fixed, just add fix, and this will fully define the line. Cannot drag it anymore, but then it won't make the endpoints to be fixed, because you can still drag it, but you can make the line fix. Like this line, you add a fix relation. Now it turns black. Now you cannot move it. Also with this other endpoint, add fix, and then you cannot move it. Also with this circle, you can add a fixed relation, and the circle will be fully defined. Okay. And there's two also, you can multi-select them and add fixed relation, and we'll include the endpoints and add fixed relation. Now everything is fully defined using fixed relation. Those are the most common sketch relations that are being used in SolidWorks.